perception, that borderless transparency that, that can really feel. Does it have? Why is it consciousness? Why can it just be borderless transparency? Oh. Because I'm perceiving the transparency, or no?
Well, the term consciousness is a concept, is a term, it's a language that is used to refer to the absolute, and meaning that is the absolute only has its meaning from the experience of the absolute. Otherwise, it is just a concept. You see, so when we refer to concept to consciousness, or to the absolute, we're referring to the experience of consciousness. We're not referring to some conceptual consciousness that something knows, or somebody knows, or is writing a book about. So consciousness is what truly perceives this perception right now. What truly hears these words right now, referred to as consciousness. There is something, there is a reality to this experience right now. Even when you're dreaming, there is a reality that perceives the dream. Otherwise, you could not say, I'm dreaming. There would be no dream. Yeah? So there is a reality to your experience, and that reality is what we refer to as consciousness, awareness, the absolute truth, reality. Yes? So this reality is whatever it is that truly hears these words, we refer to as I. Right? I hear these words. Right? I perceive this perception. We refer to as I. Yes? So, if you turn your attention to consciousness, meaning you don't go far because you are that I. You look at this, you sort of, it's consciousness looking at itself. You will find that it's right there. It's not fabricated by the mind. It's not the result of some Einsteinian thought or some really complex thinking. It's right there. And transparency refers to its immediacy, the immediacy of consciousness. You don't need to go through it.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
It's
absolutely. It's
same thing.
Yes, right. Yes. So transparency is so consciousness is in the immediacy of consciousness, and so it's not veiled. There is nothing between you and consciousness. You are that. I am that. That's it. But when you go to thought and you're thinking about consciousness, then it's like, is consciousness this, is consciousness that, and you're exploring consciousness with an assumption. The assumption is that there is a me that is looking and searching for something called consciousness. But that's not what we explore here. What we explore is that consciousness is whatever truly hears these words. It's not something to be discovered through some means. So it's the directness, the immediacy of consciousness that we're always speaking of. So it's consciousness that's speaking right now, consciousness that's hearing right now. That same consciousness that we refer to as I. Everybody refers to themselves as I. This is, okay? But we refer to me, differently. You say, oh, me is Magdi, me is
is
Joe,
the
me is, huh?
Me
Yes,
is the object.
is the object that we perceive. But we confuse I, consciousness, with me. So, there's nothing wrong with me. It's not what I am. What I am. Yes? So, and there's another transparency also, which is also not really just, it's really the same. We're talking about the same transparency. The experience of transparency is also the experience of the body being borderless. It's a I am the universe. I, this body, at that level, at the sensory level, the experience is that of being non-local, like a circle without a center and an infinite radius. Yes, so this perception here appears in me. This perception appears in me. I am not in this room. There might be a body in this room. There might be a table in this room. There might be a rug in this room. But I am not in this room. Me, there might be a body in the room, but I am not in this room. Your experience, you always go to your experience, because when we refer to consciousness, we're talking about whatever is real right now that it perceives as perception. So we're talking about the reality of your experience. And the reality of your experience perceives this perception. So what is the reality of this perception? The reality of this perception, being that there is one reality, and being that it's the reality of your experience, is the reality of consciousness. So the reality of this perception, of what we refer to as the world, is consciousness, is the I am. Huh? So a good metaphor is like when you're in a dream, in a night dream. The reality of the pink flying elephant in your dream is you. It's made out of you. Yeah? Or then you can dream of the Pacific Ocean. It's made out of you. Coming back to what I was saying before, that this perception appears in me. Appears in me. So you ask yourself, what is this perception? What is the object that I'm perceiving? What is it? What is it made of? And you will find that it's made out of my perception. Right? Without your perception, without your knowingness, what would be the perceived? Nothing. Even you say, well, I'm thinking of the perceived, as being somewhere, but that very thought, what is the substance of that very thought? Where is that very thought? What is it made of? Out of your own knowingness. Without your knowing of a thought, what is a thought? Nothing. What would be the thought of New York City as a beautiful city? It's a huge city. Without your knowing of that thought, without perceiving that thought, without the perception of that thought wouldn't even exist. Right? So when you ask yourself, what is my perception made of? You will come back to what I perceived is made out of my perception. And my perception is made of awareness, knowingness, consciousness, whatever word you want to use. It's made out of I. I and my perception are one. My perception is made out of I. Yes? It's not out there. There isn't a perception out there. The perception is made out of I. There is an intimacy of the knower, consciousness, beingness, and the known, world, body, mind. So, when far with your question, the transparency refers to the immediacy of consciousness. There's no complication to it. like a clear space. In a way, you could say that it's clear space that I am. Various ways of speaking it. So objects arise and dissolve, yes? But the clear space in which they arise and dissolve does not. So bodies are born and die, but awareness is not mortal. So believing that awareness belongs to the body creates the impression that awareness is mortal, because the body is mortal. So the identification with the body creates a fear of mortality, the fear of death.
One of the biggies is when we're thinking, when we're sensing that awareness is inside the body, which of course it isn't.
Right, it isn't, yes, exactly.
But when the mind starts thinking of it inside the body, then
Yes.
it makes the whole illusion real.
Yes, yes. So, right, that's it. Like it's the impression via thought.
Yeah.
And via,
Because if you think it's all happening in here,
yes.
then I'm a separate body.
Right, right. So, right, that's why it's important to really go to your experience
Yeah,
and notice.
It's important to experience it, to really,
This
this would be good for meditations, but really experiencing ourselves as consciousness, not held within the body.
exactly.
Because I think that's what
Yes.
keeps us stuck.
Right, exactly. So bodies arise in consciousness, perceptions arise in consciousness, sensations arise in consciousness. This is your experience right now. If you look at your experience right now, this perception is arising in consciousness. It's arising to you. You're not arising inside this perception. This perception is arising to you. Yes? Yes? It's arising to you. The bodily sensation, you can like rub your leg, this bodily sensation is arising to you. Perceiving your hand, this image, this perception, this color, this shape is arising to you. In you. You're not in it, it's arising in you. Yes? You perceive that? Do you experience that? That this perception, this what we call a room, is an image, a perception that's arising in you. Do you feel that? You experience that? It's arising in you. So you have to sort of expand your body. Okay, right now your body is this inside the skin. So expand your skin, expand your body, expand your body. Why not? Expand your body. And expand your body until this entire room is inside your body. Okay, so expand your body. So this entire room is inside your body. Yes, hearing, this sound, this voice is inside of you. It's traveling inside of you. It's arising inside of you. You don't move. You are that. You are the space of presence, of awareness. Are you getting a feeling of that? Yes? Stay with that experience. It's arising in me. I am not inside anything. And everything is inside of me. Yes? These hands dancing here are arising inside of you. You're perceiving that in your...
That's transparency.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes. Yes. You are the transparent space. There are no borders to your real body. Yes? So you have to let go of your dream body. Yeah, your imagined body. Let go of your dream body. Yes? In a dream. Imagine you're dreaming, right? Imagine right now you're dreaming. You're sleeping on planet Neptune, okay? And you're dreaming that you're in this right here, right? So your body is a dream body. Yes? What is the dream body made out of? Even thinner than air, right? When you're dreaming of a pink elephant, what is the pink elephant made out of? Thinner than air. Yes? So go to that. Imagine that your body, It's more than you imagine. It's your body is a dream body. Your real body is infinite space, infinite awareness, infinite presence. Yes? Don't think about it. Let go of your old structures. Relax into what you're hearing. Okay? That's what you're hearing. You don't need to do any effort. Don't struggle with it. Don't try to figure it out in your head. You are hearing these words. This perception is arising in the open space of being. Effortlessly. It's arising in me. This perception is arising in me. This thought is arising in me. This bodily sensation is arising in me. Me being this infinite space, a space that's aware. It's an aware space. Aware of it. These words. It's an aware space. It's effortless. It's aware of everything. It's made out of awareness. It's all vibratory awareness, aware space. Yes. And everything that arises in the space and is made out of the space. It arises. Its very substance is this space. It's arising in this space, like fog, like steam arises out of water. The steam arises out of water. It's made out of water. The steam is made out of water. Yes, or like the sun, the rays of the sun. The rays of the sun. They just shine onto everything, but they're made out of the sun. The rays of the sun are made out of the sun. Yes. The heat of the sun is made out of the sun. So what you experience, everything you experience, you perceive, is made out of this awareness, of this space that right now is hearing these words. It's appearing in me and is made out of me. Yes? This is a relaxation of the dream body, allowing the dream body to float and dissolve with the breeze, dissolve with the breeze. Remain as that, celebrate that, recognize that. There are no borders to this space. It's infinite space, infinite. There are no borders to I am. There are no borders to reality. I am this reality, this borderless space. I am this vast, borderless knowingness, beingness. Everything appears in me, like dreams appear in the dreamer. Everything flows in me, this vast freedom. Nothing that appears in the open space of presence, nothing that appears in the open space of presence defines open space. Nothing that appears in awareness that I am defines me, defines the awareness that I am. I am the light of presence shining borderlessly. No borders, no edges. My body is infinite space. Everything appears in me. Is made out of me. I remain undefined. Nothing defines freedom. Nothing defines the infinity and the vastness and the majesty of presence that I am. Thoughts arise in me like clouds arise in the infinite space of the sky, like wind arises in open space. Bodily sensations arise in me. I am not a sensation. I am the open, aware space. Out of which sensations arise and in which they dissolve. I remain undefined by thoughts, by sensations, by perceptions. I remain undefined. Aware presence. All impressions arise in me. Like dream impressions. No dream impression defines me, the dreamer. I, aware presence. Wherever I look, there are no borders to I. There are borders, imagined limitations, impressions of limitations to what I perceive. The thought has some limitation. Perceived form has some limitation. The sensation has a limitation. But wherever I look, I do not perceive any limitations to what I am, the perceiver, the knower of all that is known.